Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee, and today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is the Three of Bows and Fulfillment. And we haven't seen this card in quite some time. I had to dig through the deck in order to get this out. But, you know, the thing that I like about this card, we had the Ace of Bows come up yesterday, which was a new opportunity of creative energy, you know, on the heels of the Two of Vessels attraction. And, now that I'm looking down at everything, we've got 3 threes down here. So this is a very strong emphasis, okay, on creativity and joy and just being fulfilled. And, you know, behind this person, you know, is a tree, not necessarily the world tree, but, you know, it is a tree. And, you know, 6 of Arrows transition, you came across the other side, you said, you know what, this is my mindset, this is where I'm going to go. I'm going to be very creative, and I've got some joy in there. You reunited with somebody that, you know, is giving you more energy, okay, so to speak. And then you have the Two of Vessels in attraction. So, you know, the Ace, 2s, and 3s coming up. This is all new opportunities, all right. And as you're walking on this in the Wildwood Forest, and you're thinking about the creative energy that's out there with that Ace of Bows, that spark of life, you know, you come across this hooded figure, and you know he's looking at you, and he's kind of just waving hi, you know, and on the front of it, you know, he's got balance. All right, that's one of the major arcana cards. He's got it, you know, on his tunic, you know, in front of him, and you know he's letting you know that, you know, there's a good flow going around right now. A good flow of emotional energy, a good flow of creative energy, and a good flow of just, you know, fire energy moving forward, okay? And bows are all about fire. And he just lets you know that, you know, as you're approaching him, you've got 3 choices, okay? You can stand there and talk with him, right? And try to get a better understanding of, you know, where your path is going, or you go off to the right, or you could go off to the left. Either way that you go, it doesn't really matter, because you are fulfilled at this point, okay? If you took the road to the right and it went, you know, up into the mountains, all right, you could walk that path up there and look down and see, you know, all the villages and, you know, the tops of the trees and everything like that. That would be a fulfilling view, right? If you went to the left and, you know, you went down the path, all right, as you got, you know, closer to the bottom of the ravine, or, you know, down by the water or whatever, and you looked up, you know, here's this beautiful canopy of trees, right? So either path that you take is going to be fulfilled. And, you know, the other thing that I like about this card is, even if it's the path that you chose, and it's not in alignment with your spiritual path, and it's going to become a challenge and an obstacle, the universe and spirit is going to bring you back to the other path. Okay, I kind of look at it as that squirrel syndrome, the shiny object syndrome. All right, it's like, ooh, what's going on over here? And you go over there and you pick it up, and you know, just keep walking, and things start getting harder and harder and harder, and you're like, wait a minute. This is not what I envisioned when I went after the squirrel syndrome, you know. But what it does is help you become more focused. It helps you become more balanced, all right? And when that happens, you become more fulfilled within. You're more in tune with your spiritual self. You're attracting, you know, the universe and spiritual energies to come to you, right? And, you know, the quest that you're on right now, whatever it may be, you know, you're going to gain knowledge, no matter if it's going to be the wrong path or the right path, okay? And with that knowledge, you're going to be fulfilled with wisdom. You're going to be fulfilled with inner fortitude and inner strength, all right? And that's going to help you become even more balanced and more focused as you continue to move on your spiritual path, as you're moving up. So, you know, confidence, strength, and peace, you know, staying committed to your goals, this is all part of that inner spirit that you're working on that shines onto others. And, you know, that then builds security within yourself. That brings in security to your community when you go back and, you know, you say, hey, this is what's going on. you know, and your inner energy will be a beacon for others to follow. Okay, you've got that spark of life, whether it's, you know, two new ideas or two, you know, yesterday we were talking about relationships. Maybe a relationship has come along within the last week and you're like, you know what? This feels nice. This feels good. You know, I'm glad I reunited with this person, right? Because there's lots of loving energy here, right? And I feel very good about it. So, you know, that's today's card of the day, the Three of Bows and fulfillment. Maybe that significant other that's walked in your life is fulfilling you, right? Is giving you what you need, all right? And filling up, you know, those pockets of, you know, low energy pools. So you can go on and, you know, and be that beacon of light for others. So that's the card of the day today, Three of Bows, fulfillment out of the Wildwood Tarot deck. Hit that like button for me. Check out the stand store down below. Give me a thumbs up. And this is D for Spirit's Path. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care. God bless. And stay safe, everybody.